Hi. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about paraffin oil. It's a question we get a lot. Should you use it? What's it for? How do you use it? This is a product you can use inside the sauna, and you would typically use it on your bench tops and on your floor. And what the oil does is when you rub it into the wood, it soaks into the wood and prevents the wood from absorbing moisture or dirt, and that helps keep the wood clean and it helps it dry out faster. This is not something that you would use on the outside of your sauna. Now, our saunas are either cedar or thermal wood. You don't have to treat the outside. If you want to apply a product to the outside, you could put a stain and seal on it, and you can get those from the local hardware store, Home Depot. Behr, B-E-H-R, is a very good brand with lots of options. You could get a clear one, or there's different colors if you wanted to put a stain on it. But if you want to treat the outside, you'd use a stain and seal. You would never put any product, stain and seal like that, on the inside. The only thing you would use on the inside, either leave it all natural or just use a bit of the paraffin oil. I have used this on my sauna. Again, you don't do all the walls and everything, really just for the bench tops and the floor. That's where you're going to be tracking dirt in if you're walking on the floor, or that's, you're going to be sweating on the benches. So just to protect sort of the high traffic areas. I'm going to show you how to use it. I'm going to wear gloves, not because it's toxic or anything. It's a non-toxic product, but it's just easier, less cleanup if you work with gloves, to save you getting it all over yourself. But if you did work without gloves, that wouldn't be a problem. You can just wash your hands well after. So I have two pieces of wood. These are just sample pieces to show. You can use a rag, or you could use, from the hardware store, you can get those sort of foam brushes that are used for applying stains. So in this case, I'm just going to use a rag. I pour it on, and I'm just going to do one of them so you can see the difference. It will give the wood a little bit of a wet look. So I'll just hold them up side by side. In a sec, when I'm done, I'll put a little bit more on. So I'm just working it in with a rag. Tiny bit more, and then that piece will be done. And this is something you probably have to do maybe once a year. Again, it's not a huge amount of area you have to apply it to, just the bench tops and the floor. Okay, so that's done. So now you can see the difference. Sorry, it's hard to get the gloves because they're all slippery from the oil. Okay, so these are the two pieces. You can see it does give it a bit of a color. It gives it a little bit of a wet look, and that's how it'll look after you put the oil on. So I got some water just as an example. So you can pour the water onto the wood, and you can see I'm helping it a bit, but I mean, I can work the water into the wood. We all know what's going to happen. The wood's going to get wet. That wood is going to soak up the water. With the oiled piece, the idea is, whether it's sweat, I mean, when I'm in the sauna, sometimes I pour my water bottle on my head, or you're sweating, or maybe you have a little bit of, going in barefoot most of the time, but maybe you have a little bit of dirt on your feet that's going to get on the floor. The idea is that this is not gonna soak in. You can kind of see it just beads. It just beads on the top of it. So it's not going to soak in on the same way. It's just gonna sit on, which means that it's going to dry out a lot faster because the moisture is not getting into the wood. Same with dirt. I mean, this can absorb a little bit. This is our showroom unit. You can see we have lots of people coming through, so this wood has absorbed a little bit of dirt from people's shoes. Now that will clean off, there's no problem, but if you treat it with oil, that dirt is less likely to be absorbed into the wood. So again, I'll just pour a little bit more water. You can see it is hard to see, but it just beads on the wood. So that's what the paraffin oil does. It's clear. There's no smell at all to it. The two pieces of wood still, they smell identical. It's clear, it's odorless, it's non-toxic, so safe to use in the sauna. And I do think it's a good thing to use. It will help keep your bench tops fresh and help them last longer. So I do recommend it. It's paraffin oil, and you can get this on our website. It's Harvia brand. Check out our accessory section on Redwood Outdoors.